Stop. Because I know exactly why you're here. You don't need to look for another video. You're applying to be a security guard, right? I got you. All right, so the reason I'm making this video is because I am a security guard. I've been a security guard for about 7 months, 8 months and whatnot. And when I was applying to be a security guard, I'll often look on YouTube for videos about what it's like to be a security guard. And I'm gonna answer some questions that I had that some videos didn't answer. So let's hop right into it. All right, so the first thing I'm going to touch on is you have two different types of security guards. You have a flex security guard and you have like a set security guard is what I'll call it. Very big difference. All right, so let me tell you, don't do flex. Now I'm just like, okay. So I personally do not like flex. I did flex. I started off as a flex security guard, but I do not like it. Let me tell you why. Okay, flex security guard means you don't have a set place. You don't have set hours. You make more money, but you're often going to like different locations. So this has some pros and cons. Some of the pros would be like, you can pretty much determine, okay, so flex has pros and cons. Some of the pros will be when things are in need, you can pretty much get as many hours as you want. So if you're the type of person that really likes overtime, you can get your overtime. The other pro is you often make more money than like a security guard who is at a set place because you have the responsibility of going to like different sections, weird hours. You pretty much, you make more money because you have to like, you have generally more responsibility. The cons of being a flex: weird hours, weird hours. You don't get to get used to a location. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Weird hours and that's pretty much it. Weird hours and like you're going to different locations. For example, for the weird hours, there were times when I would have like, supposed to have 2 days off, but like I had to do a 12-hour shift. And of course I'm going to go sleep that entire, like pretty much that entire day. Fuck, this is so terrible. I'm doing so bad. So with the weird hours, it can be pretty good if you generally are not doing anything during the day, like our period and whatnot. If you're just like, you're just home all the time, you stay to yourself, really introverted maybe. Yeah, it's probably a really good position to have as a flex security guard and whatnot. It's bad if you plan on doing things, period. Because your hours can range from you doing first shift, second shift, third shift. It can have it, you can be going from first shift to third shift to first shift, and it can get kind of crazy. Personally, I do not recommend flex. I just don't. Okay, the other type of security guard is the one who has a set place. The benefits of this, the pros of this are you're always going to the same location. Your pay never changes. Well, generally doesn't change unless you get employed to like a supervisor or something like that. And yeah, you have familiarity. Nothing generally changes during your day. Yeah, it's just like a regular job and whatnot. The cons of this is you generally don't get paid as much as flex, and it's harder to get off because you have, your team relying on you to like be there at work. As opposed to if I was a flex, it really doesn't matter if I like say, yeah, I don't plan on doing anything for the next 2 weeks. So yeah, and then you could just hop back in. But of course you can't do that if you have a set position. But yeah, so those are pretty much the two differences that I wish I had known when I was starting and whatnot, because I definitely did flex when I started, which is bad. I didn't mean to like, nah. The position, yeah. All right, so let's get on to job duties as a security guard. This varies a lot, actually. You have positions where one of the most common things is patrolling. Patrolling, if you're a security guard, they probably have you patrol. Patrolling is just generally walking around the building. Depending on what security company you work with, they'll usually give you like a phone that has like, you can scan magnetic tabs on like different locations. And the magnetic tabs are like around the building and whatnot. So that's their way of confirming that you actually completed the tour. I think every place I've been to when I was a flex had these. So yeah, so sometimes it's called the rover, whatnot. So that's a common job duty. But again, it varies. Sometimes you're just standing. Yeah, sometimes you'll be standing in the same spot for 8 to 12 hours, just greeting people. Like you really don't do anything. You just stand. And sometimes they will not allow you to sit at all. So that's something to keep in mind. Another type of some other job duties, you are literally just sitting down the entire time. That's what I'm doing right now, actually. You pretty much just sit, and at the one I'm at, you actually make badges for the employees. If they lose a badge, if they need a replacement badge, if some new hires are coming and they need badges, you make those badges, and you take it in packages and stuff like that. So it varies a lot. It varies from sitting down to standing up the entire shift to walking around the building constantly. Overall, generally not hard stuff. The thing I don't prefer is standing for 8 to 12 hours, which is why I don't do it. All right, so this is one important thing that you need to know as a security guard, okay? You are not the police. Bam, that's it right there. You are not the police. What that means is, literally, if someone steals in front of you, you can be like, hey, put that back or something like that, but you cannot tell them to stop or like stay or stand still. This can vary on like the company you're employed by and whatnot. Security is they usually have contracts with separate different companies. This can vary a lot, but oftentimes you are not allowed to detain them because you are not a police officer. So you cannot tell them to stop. You cannot tell them to halt. You can tell them to put something back. You can ask them to come with you, but you cannot tell them to stop. You will get fired. So yeah, literally if someone steals in front of you, you can tell them to put it back, but if they decide to run out the store, the only thing you can do is call the police. You can't grab them. You can't stop them. Yeah. Hell, you probably get fired or maybe even sued, but yeah, yeah. You're pretty much just there for an intimidation. Okay, so I guess the last thing I like to touch on is just some random questions. One being, what's the most dangerous thing I had to do as a security guard? Security is usually boring, extremely boring and whatnot. So not really much happens. However, although nothing happens, when things do happen, they happen at 100%. But I usually don't come across that circumstance too many times. I think the craziest shit that happened was I don't know, someone passing out at work or something like that and having to call in the police, some paramedics, something like that. There's generally not too much to do. Like you would think, being a security guard, you know, that shit happens often, but no. I imagine that only happens at like clubs or something like that, where you have to like take out someone who's intoxicated or something like that. But generally, security is a pretty boring, laid back job. I think it's a very good job for someone who's retired or someone who's just like, you know, waiting for like a different opportunity position, and they're just looking for something easy, laid back, and cool for now. So I guess the last question would be, is it difficult? Would I do it again? Yeah, like, no, it's not difficult. My bad. It's not difficult. Boring job, which is what I like, which is what I like. And what I did, yeah. There's no reason not to do it again. Again, it's a very good stand-in job that's in demand because they always need security guards because, yeah, security has a high turnover rate. Why? I'm not for sure, but yeah. Security guards are always in need. So yeah, if you want to become a security guard, you can probably apply right now and be hired by next week. That's how in demand they are. Companies are in need for security guards. So yeah, I think that about wraps up the video. Honestly, I don't think there's anything I missed and whatnot. The main things are flex versus set play security. It's not a very difficult job, generally boring. The job duties vary, but not, you know, it's one of three things: walking around, sitting down, or sitting down, or standing in place for a long time. Not difficult things to do. Very easy job. And yeah, so if you are applying to be a security guard, you don't really have much to worry about. Don't be worried. Again, you'll probably be sitting down your entire shift anyway. So yeah, enjoy it. But yeah, I think that pretty much touches up on everything. If you guys have any questions you would like me to answer, it ain't nothing to make a video. So just go ahead and let me know in the comments. If you enjoy, you know, like, comment, share, all that good stuff and whatnot. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time. Peace.